I don't really smoke, but I do love smoke in my perfumes. Somewhere along my fragrance journey, I ended up falling in love with the scent of tobacco. And I think it's time for me to show you some of my favorite tobacco fragrances. I'm a fragrance nerd. This is a huge passion of mine, and I would love to see you subscribe to my channel so I can show you all the goodness when it comes to perfumes. So make sure you hit that subscribe right now. First up is one of my all-time favorite perfumes with tobacco in it, and it's one of the world's most famous tobacco perfumes, and that is Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. So think tobacco and vanilla. That's basically it. Well, not quite. You do have some spices in it and dried fruit. Dried fruits makes the sweetness in this perfume more nuanced, and it's a beautiful, beautiful blend. I love fragrances that has two faces or two sides or two personalities, and that's exactly what Tobacco Vanille has. On one hand, it's posh, elegant and beautiful. On the other, it's kind of raw, rough around the edges and cool. That mix of tobacco and vanilla is simply stunning. This is a beast mode kind of a perfume, both in terms of performance and personality, and I love it. I highly recommend this to both men and women, and if you love vanilla and tobacco, then you gotta make sure you check this one out. I love Tobacco Vanilla. Next up is a fragrance that's fairly new to my collection, and that is Jazz Club from Maison Margiela. So the best way to describe this is that you have a bit of leather, you have some sweetness, you have a bit of booziness, you have some tobacco, and everything is done in a really smooth, polished and beautiful way. Nothing in this is heavy, harsh or beast mode. It's just polished, really nice and well made, and I love the way this makes me feel. It's sort of a warm, comforting, slightly leathery, boozy, a bit sweet tobacco blend, and it's just, I love this. This is a new favorite of mine, and if you love a bit leathery, boozy, smoky kind of perfumes with a bit of sweetness in it, then I highly recommend you to try out Jazz Club from Maison Margiela. Next up is Mugler's Pure Havane. So you have tobacco, you have a bit of sweetness, you have cacao, a few spices, and a very prominent and beautiful cherry note. This is a big dose of tobacco sexiness. So think of a beautiful tobacco together with a bit of sweetness, together with a really, really nice cherry note, and the result is something that is simply stunning. I love Pure Havane, and the way this one fills up a room and that scent trail with that cherry note is simply addictive. This sort of always manages to pull in the compliments, and I love the way this one feels. Highly recommended, Pure Havane from Mugler. Next up is Pure Love for me. That's Initio's Side Effect. And like all Initio perfumes, this one is complex but beautiful. It has so many different layers to it, and you can feel that it's high quality and luxurious. So you have a bit of smokiness, you have a bit of booziness together with a bit of sweetness, you have rum, vanilla, tobacco, spices, and the result to me is one of the sexiest perfumes that you can buy. I love this. This is sort of my go-to date perfume, at least date number 2 when I want something a bit more sexy. Anyway, I love Initio Side Effect. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful perfume, and you don't have to worry about that the tobacco is harsh or anything like that. This is a smooth, sweet, smoky, boozy kind of perfume that just smells awesome. I love this, so make sure you check out Side Effect. Parfums de Marly Herod is my kind of rebel. Warm, sweet, spicy, with a huge dose of sexiness. I love Herod. It's tobacco with vanilla, spices, and something sweet that to me smells a little bit like cherry. And that cherry note is really, really nice in this one. This is one of those perfumes that you really have got to put your nose on in order to appreciate it and to understand its true beauty. I will always have a bottle of Herod in my collection, and it always brings in the compliments. I love wearing Herod. It just makes me feel so good and so sexy. So I highly recommend this if you are looking for a pretty smooth, nice tobacco with some sweetness, spices, warmth, and a bit of vanilla. I love this and I highly recommend it. Paco Rabanne 1 million Privé. So you have cinnamon, tonka, spices, along with myrrh, patchouli, and other notes. This is really, really nice. This is probably one of the best, if not the best, in the entire 1 million line. And I love it, and most people I've met really enjoy it as well. Everything in this feels really smooth and polished. You have tobacco, but it's not heavy, harsh, or rough in any way. It's simply beautiful and smells amazing together with the rest of the notes. So think of a warm, spicy, slightly oriental with a bit of tobacco and some sweetness. If you want the spicy and sweet perfume together with a really smooth and luxurious kind of tobacco, then this is the one to go for. I still have not met a single one who doesn't enjoy this. So yeah, that's 1 million Privé. It's not the heaviest on the tobacco, but the tobacco is still there and it's really nice. So that was it, guys. A short but sweet video with some of my favorite tobacco fragrances. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then I would highly appreciate if you would like it, share it, and don't forget to hit that subscribe and that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.